My name is Liz. I'm with the Core, and today I'm with Melrose Avenue. Do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Hello, guys. I am Vlado Saric, and 26 and single and still looking.
Hi everyone, I'm Jed McIntosh. I play drums in the band Melrose Avenue, and I'm excited to be here with my flannelette shirt on.
Show and tell today. Vlado, you were just telling me that you were getting a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I just showed her. In case anyone wants to have a look, this is what I got up to. I think yesterday. It's very painful, and it's got second skin on right now.
Literally
You
the
But
most
it is, and
painful.
I've done a bit of this side as well. It's still
Oh
got
my God.
stencil on it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how is that the most painful tattoo you've gotten?
A million. It was the worst one I've gotten so far, and it's because it was my friend tattooing me.
Yeah.
I was like, I could complain about it because usually I don't say a word. I'm just like sitting there very still. But because it was my friend, I was like screaming my head. I was like, ah! Like, it was so bad, but I'm glad I don't have to do that again.
No numbing cream, or did you just like raw dog it?
Oh, I tried some on this side, and it made me feel like I felt like I got sick after.
Oh.
Yeah, it made me have like a fever. So I was like, oh, that's probably not a good idea. So I'm just gonna not do that again. Just stay with no numbing cream.
We were also talking about the Christmas vibes with the Feliz Navidad.
Come on. It's such a. It's. I
Well, it's
saw it. And I was like,
a tribute to Sean.
"Yeah, there you go."
Our other guitarist is Jewish, so this is a tribute to him. Yeah.
Perfect.
There you
Vlado
go.
probably has no. Do you know what Feliz Navidad is, Vlado?
Feliz Navidad.
I'm pretty sure, isn't it? It's just
It's a good song. I'll tell you what it is. It's a
It's a hit.
great song.
Maybe one
I
day
don't
we'll
actually know what it means. I don't know what it means.
It's a Jewish term for like I forgot what it is. Do you know what it is, Liz?
Isn't it Christmas? Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Is it? I thought it was a Jewish thing.
Is
Oh,
everyone confused now?
because of course it can't be a Jewish thing because they don't celebrate Christmas. Okay, let's
Oh,
just.
yeah, good. There you go.
I'm the most uncultured man in the world, and I've just proven that
To be
right
fair, the
now.
only reason I know this is because I'm in LA, so we're right next to Mexico, so I have a lot of friends
Oh,
that speak Spanish.
100%.
Oh, there we go.
I can't wait for Sean to call me after this and go, "What are you talking about?"
Are you both right now in Australia?
Yes. So we're both currently in Melbourne. Jed's a country boy though, so he lives bloody in whoop whoop, as we say.
Oh, I'm in the sticks. I'm in Whoop Whoop, we call it.
What is the music scene kind of like in Australia? I've personally never been, so I'm curious, what is the alternative scene out there? Is it kind of the same as Europe, US?
Yeah, it's a really great scene. I think given culturally we're quite a small country, and just with the amount of people we have, we're quite a small country. There's millions and millions of more people in California alone than there is in the whole of Australia. So I think, you know, given how much lesser people we have, there's actually quite a big music scene, especially in the alternative genre. We got bands obviously like Parkway Drive, Make Them Suffer, Amity Affliction, and a thousand other bands apart from that, but they're just some of the bigger ones to name a few. So we're actually really lucky with the amount of awesome bands that we have to look up to and bands that are similar age to us.
Mhm.
Label buddies of our Standard Atlantic, that's their name, isn't it, Vlado?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah. Those guys and gals. So the scene's pretty popping, but I think for Australia in terms of the opportunities aren't as big because there's just not many venues. Especially in the past 10 years, there's been like a decline of festivals and opportunities for us. So a lot of Aussie music is happening, but everyone's sort of looking to other countries to perform and to tour. Because in Australia, if you tour in Australia, if you do major cities, you've got about 4 gigs under your belt, and that's all you can do. So I think that's why everyone tends to go overseas. But in terms of culturally and is there a big metal scene? I would say the metal scene in Australia is probably bigger than any other genre.
Was that something that you guys grew up going to and kind of was that something that helped form the band that you guys have now today? Was just kind of the music you grew up on?
Well, Jed would obviously preach this. He listened to a bit more different music because he's like obviously a drummer, so he was more like jazz influence, isn't that right, Jed?
I sort of grew up playing jazz and a bunch of different other genres, but the metal scene was definitely prevalent. And as you hit that, youth emo stage, you start to look at all those sorts of bands. And I think that the age that me and Vlado grew up in, there was that massive emo metal scene, and that was happening in Australia too, in skate culture and all that as well. So yeah, I grew up listening to other genres, but it was definitely prevalent. What about you, Vlado? Did you sort of notice a big scene happening?
Well, I wasn't allowed to be a part of the scene when I was young because mum is very religious. So she's like, that's the devil's music.
Now look at that.
But I would listen to it on the in my room by myself. My friend got me into it. There was a thing, obviously, everyone would know it. It's punk goes pop, where they just make pop songs really heavy. And that was pretty much my first breakthrough with it. I was like, oh crap, this is like the songs I listened to, but like 10 times better. And then I got introduced to like Breaking Benjamin, Amity Affliction, Parkway Drive, Slipknot. Then it went like a bit Seether route, and then it went, Three Doors Down. It was a whole vast of different kind of music, but it was just, I just fell in love with that sound, especially like the Punk Goes Pop albums. I just loved because I knew all the songs already, and they just made it so much better. And that's why I feel like with our writing, I guess that's what we try to emulate as well. We try to put a pop element with metal sounds. You know what I mean?
I was actually about to say that you guys have 2 new singles this year, and like you just want to dance to it. And I feel like sometimes that's missing for metalcore music. But like I like looked at footage of your guys' shows and everyone's dancing and jumping around, and it's such a cool vibe. What was the inspiration behind those 2 new singles, and like how do you feel your music has shifted over the last few years to get to the chapter you guys are in now?
The 2 new songs are, so Reflections is a song that Sean wrote by himself. He pretty much had that stored for a while, and I remember he showed us not too long ago, I'd say like about a year ago, and we're like, where did this song come from? I'm like, this is amazing. And yeah, thank God, he was like, let's do it. Let's give it a shot and see how it sounds, and it just works for us so great. And the Body Bag was a song that we just wanted something really upbeat. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because the lyrics are like, they're almost a bit depressing, but they're not at the same time. And it's like a upbeat song. So just forget about the body bag. It's very interesting, but we loved writing that song because we're like, let's try to, give it that metal feel within the lyrics, but then let's make it really just upbeat and fun as well. But yeah, we love those songs.
It chimes into our personalities as well, because I think, being a band, you want to create a sound that represents who you are. And I think a lot of who we are as fellas individually is we love metal and we love playing heavy music, but we're also pretty silly and we love to have a good time as well. So just quickly chiming in on that Body Bag, it sort of struck a chord because that is who we are. So I think we're trying to mesh that with our sound, but it also depends what song. I think all our songs represent different seasons every individual band member is in, and the season that we're in as a band. So a lot of the writing and new songs that you will see that will come out are really fun and are really boppy because that's the season we're in. We're having a great time. Everything's been really exciting recently. So that sort of filters into the songs that are coming out, as a band.
I hear that there's going to be more coming out for kind of the sound of that. So I'm really excited. But even with your music videos, I was going to say, like, Body Bag, that music video is just so fun. What was it like filming that, and how did you come up with the concept for it?
That was a funny video to do because it was mostly green screen. And so, like, there's a scene where I'm hanging off a car and I'm literally hanging off a staircase. And it's just funny to, like, when people saw the behind the scenes of some of the footage, they're like, wait, what? That was green screen? I'm like, yeah, I'm not standing on top of a car with 7 zombies trying to eat me. That's just not realistic.
We're me, Vlado, we're on the floor rolling just on this green screen ground, and like it was dead silent, and they're just like, bite him. And then I bit him, and the zombie impersonation looked a bit like a dinosaur, but we got there.
Oh no, the best one was when you were making noise. You're like, ah! and I was like, why are you making noise?
Yeah, I've always been a method actor. I really have to get into it.
You guys have to release that footage. I would
Oh,
love to
trust me,
see.
we will. We will. As time slowly, once people forget about Body Bag, the song, we're just gonna go, here's Jed's noises as a zombie.
I know you guys are heading on tour in November. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We are heading on tour in Europe and the UK, and we're freaking pumped about it because it's sold out. Apart from one show, has a few tickets left, and that's looking like it's going to sell out over the next few days. So to say that we've sold out our first UK/Euro tour is a dream come true for us, and something that we honestly weren't expecting. So to come off the back of doing the US tour with Ice Nine Kills and that being our first tour, it's really been a great season for us as a band and an exciting one. So yeah, I think we're so keen to hit the road. We've obviously got an itch for it now after coming off the US tour. So we're keen, I mean, what a life. We get to travel the world, meet all these amazing fans, and play some shows and some bigger shows too. The venues are upgrading and even those venues are selling out. So yeah, we can't believe it, and we're just really grateful and really excited.
What was that experience touring with Ice Nine here in the US? Was there anything that you found kind of surprising, going to the different states and cities?
I feel like the most surprising thing for us was just to see mostly the performing, like seeing Ice Nine Kills, The Word Alive, The Funeral Portrait, and seeing all those boys perform. You realized how much of a next step it was for all of us because
Mm.
it's everyone's got their whole crew, they've got a whole setup, they've got like a whole list of things they got to go through, and we're there and we're like, we don't have any of this. So we're like, we gotta learn this on the spot. It was pretty much a sink or swim moment, and we realized as soon as we arrived, we're like, this could either like end what we want to do, end our careers, or this is gonna make us work so much harder to be as good as we can. And it just made us work so much better. And all the boys from Ice Nine, Funeral Portrait, and The Word Alive were so helpful, and they helped us a lot during the tour. Just to give us like pointers. I got some like vocal tips as well, like vocal sprays and stuff for your throat, and just a lot of things we all learned. But yeah, and then a surprising thing about, ooh, what did you say? Surprising thing about America?
Yeah, just about that tour. Like, was there anything in any particular city that surprised you, whether it was the fans or your own show
Ooh.
that like, maybe something like went unexpectedly?
I'd say it was just the reception we got. Like I've did a lot of session drumming before this. In my experience of being the opening band, no one would usually show up to the opening band. So I was sort of geeing up the fellas, being like, don't be disappointed if there's not many people there. They'll probably all come for, Ice Nine and all that, given we're the first out of, what was it, 4 bands all up. Um, and then we get there, and it's the sold out show was sold out, but from the get go.
Yeah.
So right when we would rock up, the place is full, and I just thought that was amazing. And even then, we thought we would play to a few fans, but you could just see a sea of Melrose Avenue t-shirts. So I think the most surprising thing for us was just the reception and the amount of people that actually did come because we were playing. And then our VIP meet and greets, which we sold out nearly all of them. That was another surprising thing to us. So I think given it was our first tour and first shows we'd ever done, we couldn't gauge it to anything else because it was the first time we had done it. So to have, so many people there from the start was just such a surprising thing, but obviously such an exciting thing for us. So we weren't expecting it, but we got used to it real quick because it was a heap of fun, and we could get experience playing in front of sometimes thousands of people. So, and we obviously want to thank Ice Nine for having us again, because we wouldn't have that opportunity right now in this stage in our career if it wasn't for them. So we are well practiced in playing in front of people now. We're getting better every day, but we're a whole lot better at the end of this tour than we were at the start of the tour.
I feel like that's my favorite part about the alternative scene is like more and more I see people coming out for the openers too and giving as much support as they would give someone who's headlining the tour. And personally, that's my favorite thing. That's the best way to discover new music. And so that
Mm.
just makes me so happy that the community is coming out and supporting artists that maybe they don't know, but also I think because you guys are overseas, it's so much more exciting when you are here in the US or Europe because people get to experience your music live.
It's a very beautiful thing, and I wish we get to start doing that in Australia because I feel like a lot of people miss out on very good bands in
Yes.
general. So I hope that trend comes across here, and we'll see. You never know.
Obviously social media is such a big thing. Vlado, I know you blew up on TikTok doing different covers and everything. How do you think there's like the balance between like social media and kind of artistry, or do you think it kind of like goes hand in hand nowadays?
Oh, I feel like you have to do it hand in hand. I feel like I don't understand when people don't utilize social media because it's free marketing. You can put your own songs on it, you can promote your own stuff, even if it gets one view, that's one more extra view than you had the other day. And it's just
Mm.
so much easier to get yourself out there. And like that's how we've just been promoting our stuff is social media. I mean, most people can find our stuff, on Octane. That's great. We fucking love that we're on that, and people are finding us from there, which is amazing. But yeah, other than just having Octane playing us, we have to utilize what we have on the social media, and I'm so glad we utilize it well. If it wasn't for that, I reckon we'd have less fans because I reckon most people would have known about the band. So I'm glad that, yeah, we use it very well.
It's helpful because it connects like the international community together. Like you said, the like Australian scene, it's big there, but it's kind of small when it comes to like spreading the music around. And so it's awesome that we kind of get to learn about different bands and musicians all over the world because of it now.
It's cool that people can like form their own little communities as well. Like people who watch my TikToks, they comment and then they're like, "Oh, are you from like different fans will talk to each other," and most of them become friends because of that,
Mhm.
which is so cool. So it's great that we can connect with our fans and our fans can connect with other fans,
Mhm.
and it's just a really cool community just to have. So that's why I'm always going to be a lover for using social media for anyone, just in general. If you have a business, use it. If you're a singer, use it. If you're anything, I feel like it's great to have.
It
Mm.
makes me really happy that you guys mentioned Octane because I used to be a radio host myself. And so it's awesome that people still listen to like radio and support radio. So, like, because I feel like sometimes there's that stereotype that radio is dead, but I discover so much new music through like Sirius XM or just local stations too. So that's amazing that you guys are promoting that as well.
Yeah, that's how
Oh,
that's how
for
most
sure.
people found us. They found us on the radio and they're like, "Oh, I didn't, Oh, wait, tell them about the DM we got, Jed,
Which DM?
Chris Daughtry. He found us on
Oh,
the
yes,
radio.
yes, yes. So
Really?
we got, yeah, Chris
Yeah.
Daughtry DM'd us and said, I just heard you guys on Octane. Love your work. And Chris Daughtry, for us as a band and that whole genre and scene, we're massive lovers of just heavy rock
Hmm.
growing up, in the mid 2000s. So, yeah, he DM'd the band and that was from hearing us on Octane. And that's just a classic example of radio still being played. We're a massive advocate for radio, and I don't think it's dead at all. I think it's just evolving, and I think when things evolve, everyone always says, "Oh, that's it. It's only Spotify. It's only Apple Music." But people do have that knack for hearing new music and just turning the radio on is so simple. Like, yeah, there came a time where Spotify and Apple Music, which we are grateful for and do love, seemed easier than radio. But now I think everyone sort of has missed it now. So it's got this total rebirth. And from hosts like Jose Mangan, who's been really special and gracious to us, I think when you put a personality to a radio station of someone like him that's so passionate about metal music, it makes you want to listen to it. So yeah, well, we will always be grateful for radio and always push for radio stations because I mean it's a dream come true. Having your music on Spotify is awesome, but that sort of feeling of turning on the radio and hearing yourself, I mean it's an amazing feeling. And if we didn't have radio, that could never happen. So I definitely don't think it's dead. I think it's just it's been re-imaged in a different way, and a lot of people are streaming radio. So not only is it in your car, but they're streaming it on apps and shit. So I'm all here for it.
There's something about just the personal touch of like the host saying your name and saying the song and kind of like I don't it's just like a special moment for so many artists. So that's amazing to hear. I know you guys also are now part of the Hopeless family. What has your experience been like signing on to such an iconic record label?
That has been absolutely a dream. And it's funny, like, as we're talking about the social media thing, that's how we got found by Hopeless. They gave us a DM and they just, liked our stuff. And they're like, we would love to, like, work together. And we're like, well, we'd love to. And it just all worked out. And it just shows you how, like, how good, like, social media can be for artists and for bands. Because if it wasn't for us, posting and stuff, they would have never found us.
Hmm.
And we're so thankful to be with them. They are absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's been a dream so far. And it's just been full steam ahead with them. I love that about Hopeless. They're just like, let's get this, let's push for you guys and we're going to make sure everything happens. And yeah, it's been a dream come true.
How do you feel like your kind of writing process has changed since kind of signing on? Because you guys talk a lot about how you've been kind of pushing yourself more recently, whether it's with the tours or with the label and everything. Like, how do you feel like your music has evolved with all those pushes too?
I feel like we're definitely being pushed in a direction where we're very open for collaborating,
Hmm.
especially now. We can't obviously say, but we're very open to collabing with very different artists, even bands. Like we want to open the genres more to like, we don't want to just be doing music with other heavy bands. We want to like also see, maybe a rapper, maybe like, a this and maybe a that. Just because I feel like if you can make it like Punk Goes Pop was a prime example, it shows you that you can make anything sound good. And I feel like that's what we really want to, discover. And so yeah, there's some really exciting stuff coming, but I can't say anything. But
I
you will see.
Sometimes the scenes are too like, oh, well, you can't enter our scene because you're not this enough or that enough. But they blend. They connect at the end of the day. So I personally love when, like someone in rap does something more like metal or rock. And I don't know, it's just cool to see that people are so versatile.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's something us fellas sort of growing up on multiple different genres. And me, I was a hip hop drummer for most of my life, but loving metal. A lot of people, Vlado's been classically trained as well. Sean is into everything. Mitch is into a lot of prog stuff. So I think we've always been passionate about, bridging a lot of genres. And now, since joining with Hopeless, we have the ability to connect with more people and have them reach out on behalf of us. So that has opened a door to something we've always been passionate about. And we're grateful for them being open to that as well. They haven't not once said, no, you got to stay in this lane. I think they see the vision that we're constantly evolving in our sound, and want to be that multi-genre sort of bending type band. So yeah, since joining them, being able to actually reach these artists has been a really cool thing for us, and something that we're excited for everyone to hear the new stuff coming out, and for what this venture will bring in the future.
Who are you guys currently listening to? Speaking of music and other artists, who are some artists that are inspiring you at the moment?
Ooh, what would I think? I know. Ooh, I don't know. This is a very hard thing. It changes all the time. I will say for me, I do love Dayseeker.
Mhm.
Bad Omens is an obvious one. And who else? I think that Bring Me
Give
the
me a
Horizon, of
different
course.
genre. Give me a different genre.
Fucking all right, fine.
I'm
Sabrina
interested.
Carpenter, great.
There you go.
Whoever's writing her shit, very catchy stuff.
Yeah.
Um, what's that song there? Oh no, that's Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
I was gonna go, please, please, please. And who's also very smart? Benson Boone's doing good. He's doing a lot of good music, backflipping a lot. I
Yeah.
like it.
Mm.
But yeah, that's other than heavy scene. What
Have
about for you, Jed?
I only say that because Vlado he's talented in multiple genres, so I'm always interested to see what he thinks. Listening to other writers as well. Not that there's anything wrong with listening to metal. I love metal. But yeah, I'm listening to a lot of Sleep Token, which Vlado knows very well. Big advocate for them. We love them. Being a drummer, I really love too from Sleep Token. He's my number one guy at the moment. So I'm listening to them.
Two's your number one?
Sleep Token. Sleep
Yeah, you
Token.
said two's your number one?
Two.
That's
So
not a
two.
funny joke. I thought it was funny.
But let me clarify for people that don't know Sleep Token, their names are numbers. So when I say two, that's his name. Anyway, good one. It's like explaining to my auntie what metal music is. I'm not the demon. Yeah, that a bit of country music. Me and Vlado were actually involved in a track recently with another artist that's on our management team, Rachel Fahim, which Vlado actually co-wrote and I've been drumming on. So we listen to everything. But yeah, country music, Alan Jackson, who else?
Oh, do you know who's a good writer? I like Ryan. I forgot about writers. Julia Michaels, great writer. Ryan Ted is probably one of my favorite writers ever. He has such a good brain for like pop music. And it'd be cool to like work with someone like that for also writing songs because they just come up with hits. And if we could write something with someone like that and then make it heavy, it'd just be two perfect worlds blending. You know what I mean?
That'd be amazing. Let's make it happen.
And I know you also mentioned that you had your start in jazz. Is there anyone that you're listening to from the jazz world right now, or can you put it on hold recently?
Yeah, I was listening to Roy Hargrove, who I think he passed away a couple of years ago now, but he's been someone I used to listen to as a kid. He's a trumpet player. I listen to just the classics like Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk. But Roy Hargrove I've recently picked up again. I don't know if you've definitely experienced this. You know, when a song comes on, it will shuffle from your phone that you used to listen to like years ago.
Yeah.
And then it sort of, re-sparks that love for that artist and it takes you back to that time. I remember listening to Roy Hargrove when I used to catch the train to go to school. So, yeah, it sort of was like a very nostalgic listen to. But I also love when that happens, when your phone will just shuffle and a song will come on from when you're in like high school.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting off track here, but I'm sure you could relate to that.
Yeah, and I'm sure like same with your band that like a few years will pass and the music that you're writing now, somebody like will get it on shuffle and be like, oh, I was at that show, or like I heard the song when something else was happening in my life. And that's such a cool thing about music that it kind of like connects with some core memories that you have.
For sure.
Where can people find you guys? Where can people keep up with all the secret music that's going to be released soon? I'm hoping.
Yeah, so I will give the exact names. So I feel like there's a lot of fake profiles out there that will claim to be us. So I'll just say the names individually. We have one band Instagram, which is Melrose Avenue Band. And then we have one TikTok called Melrose Avenue Band _. And you can also find us on Melrose Only. The link will be in our bios on those accounts, by the way. And you can find our music from there. And you can find our individuals tagged in our photos on the band accounts. So, yeah.
And those will also be linked in the video below or next, depending on what you're using to watch. Everything will be linked in our bio. So
thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for meeting with me today. I really
thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
So excited to hear all the new stuff that you guys have coming up.
Thank you. It's going to be a lot of collabs, so just be prepared.
And different genres, so.
Damn right. Hey, spice it up a little bit.